Joining me today. I want to talk about unhelpful counseling behaviors that we derived from a study that we conducted, a qualitative analysis with 20 clients. And this matches with previous studies that I've seen. So we've got more layers documenting what not to do. Now, these 4 behaviors, I think many of y'all would probably guess them if I were to ask you, hey, what not to do in counseling? However, I do think these are tricky at times, and so it's something to pay attention to, and it's always just a good reminder. So let's look at them. Passing judgment. We don't go to counseling to be judged. Now, that doesn't mean that the counselor's not objective and doesn't have good professional boundaries and is there to help the client see different sides of a situation. But when we start judging people for what they're experiencing or their issues, and mostly I would say that's probably unconscious just for the counselor's unexamined biases. Okay, so this one seems obvious, but I think it's something we always need to keep in mind. Lacking skill in family counseling. So family counseling is hard. There's just no two ways about that. And couples counseling or relationship counseling is very difficult. But you do need to be objective and refrain from taking sides, and that can be hard to do, I'm sure. Failing to build therapeutic alliance. Of course, the best way that we can influence client outcome is having good, solid, professional counselor-client relationship. So always paying attention to that. One easy way of doing this is at the end of each session using a session rating scale, which is very brief, and it helps us kind of identify if we're not really connecting with the client. And then lastly, using excessive self-disclosure. And this can be easy. I think this is more problematic for people that are experienced and have years of experience. I could be wrong. But where we just talk too much about ourselves. Now, this doesn't mean you don't tell a helpful metaphor or brief story in order to get a point across. So just make sure that, as we said here, contribute intentional, therapeutic, and minimal counselor self-disclosure. All right, so I hope this is helpful, and let me know in your comments. We got more content coming out, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Take good care.